What's up everyone, it's Josh here from the Architect Student Blog. Today is a Sunday. I'm out in the garden ready to test the drone just to make sure it's ready for my site visit at the new build property. As you'll have saw in one of my previous vlogs here, we couldn't actually fly the drone because it was in a restricted flight area because we're right next to an RAF airbase. I've spoken to the RAF and a very nice Lance Corporal has given me permission to fly the drone. Obviously they've got bigger fish to fry than me. Fingers crossed this all works, which means I'll be able to get some drone footage of the site. We class that as a resounding success. Everything has worked. Thank you very much to everybody at RAF Cosford. I think as long as we're being sensible, at the end of the day, anything we see up in the air, of course, we're going to bring the drone back down straight away. But yeah, not too bad for a first attempt. We should all be ready to go, ready for the building site tomorrow, which I will show you now. It is now Monday. I am on site, as you can see. Got my high vis on, ready to go. Drone's all working, so time to get some drone footage. I've also got to put the signboard up so that people walking past can see who's doing the job. The meeting today is with the structural engineer. It's just to inspect the footings going in, make sure he's happy. If he's happy, we can then get building control out to get them to sign it off. We think we've got some clay in the ground, so the footings are going slightly deeper. As always, the contractor wants to see if we can reduce the depth of the dig just to save a bit of money for the client. But yeah, time to get started. So the meeting didn't quite go to plan. There's been a bit of a miscommunication between myself and the contractor. I was under the impression that the foundations were going to start to be dug today, so I could have at least shown you those, and obviously the structural engineer needed to inspect them. Turns out that hasn't been able to be done. As you'll probably see in the drone video, there is a massive mound of dirt and soil that's come out. That was literally just to dig the access track. You couldn't believe the amount of soil and groundworks that have had to come out to actually form that access track going in. So unfortunately, they haven't started digging the footings today. They need to get rid of the majority of that mound before they can start digging the foundation. Just goes to show not everything is always as straightforward as you think, and some things can, I wouldn't say go wrong, it hasn't necessarily gone wrong, but some things don't always go as you think they would. So it's time to get back to the office, but not before I make a little pit stop. It is a Monday morning, so I just thought I'd do something to try and get everybody going. You'll see what I mean in a minute. You know it's a proper order when it comes in a box. Right, time to get these back to the office for everyone. I'm back home now, time for some lunch. I'll be honest, that breakfast sandwich has absolutely written me off. I'm stuffed, so I'm probably not even going to bother eating my lunch. Probably just make myself a quick coffee. Seeing as I've got a bit more time because I'm not in lunch today, I thought I'd just give you a bit of a background on the project, the new build project that I went to see this morning. It is my case study project for my part 3, so you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of it on the vlog. Not just because of the fact that it's my case study, but naturally I want to be out there a little bit more often. As it's round the corner, I can sort of just pop in as and when I see fit. Just so you're aware, the case study project as part of a part 3 is basically a project that you write a report on, not only just about your involvement, but to basically explain that you've got the skills and qualities required to be an architect, you understand the kind of contractual and legal obligations. Here's some visuals of what it should look like. So that's lunchtime wrapped up, time to get back to the office. I'm on another set of technical working drawings. It's actually the house that you saw in one of my previous videos, this one here. The large scale 2-storey extensions, basically completely revamping the whole property. So I'll see you back at the office. Running a little bit late because I just had the mechanical electrical engineer call me on the refurbishment project that I just spoke about. Few changes, few things that he's mentioned to me that's going to affect what I'm doing this afternoon, so it's really good to speak to him, just catch up on a couple of the other projects, but it's now time to get back to the office and get cracking on the set of technical drawings. I'll see you in a bit. Rather than the normal time lapse of my computer, my CAD drawing, I thought it was getting a little bit boring, to be honest, not really talking through a great deal and going so fast you can't actually see what I'm doing. I thought I would just talk you through what I've been doing in the office today. I just thought it was something a little bit different. I can actually talk you through the project a little bit more rather than just kind of seeing it from an outsider's point of view. Before we get started, just show you a quick behind the scenes of trying to step up the vlog game. I've got the plan set up, I've got the ring light on, I've got the tripod out. So as you can see, we've got new wall construction coming in here. That's going to form a new porch area. This element is actually existing. We're infilling part of it just where some of the existing windows are and introducing a new bay window in here. To ensure that the front elevation is symmetrical and looking really nice and even, we've introduced this bay window and gable at the front here. They're going to mimic each other, they are exactly the same size, and that's just going to centralise this feature entrance that, as you can see, is going to come up with a split level stair that's going to peel off to the left and to the right to form a really nice open plan feature gallery space. You might not be able to see on the video, but the line across here, just going around here, is a double height gallery space. So that's going to create a really grand feature to the property. We've then got some new construction going on here, which is the replacement of the existing garage to form a new gym. We've got a utility boot room, playroom for the client's children at the back of the house, and then as you can probably tell, this element's being retained all as existing, but we're opening it up completely, so you're just going to have a nice kind of lounge area, dining room linked off that, and then a nice big kitchen, open plan kitchen area with, and then as you come across, we've got a bar that's going to link onto the games room, and then the garage coming in down across the side. Now, if you're wondering what all the highlighter is, what we've been doing for the purposes of today, we've just printed off a set of plans where we're at, obviously in the preliminary stages, but what we're just looking to do is mark on any potential steel locations. So as you can probably imagine, we're going to need to build this up in block work, which we'd originally got shown as stud work, because that's going to support 2 steel beams that are going to run front to back. That's going to trim part of the well for the new stair opening. There's every chance that the steel might end up being pushed back and spanning slightly deeper across this area here, I would imagine, but it really does just depend on what we're going to confirm with the client. So that was just a quick fly through of our large scale extension project. Some of you might be thinking, well, why don't you just wait for the structural engineer's drawings, then you haven't got to worry about anything. I'm not suggesting that what we've shown on there is they're going to be definitively what happens, but it's always a good idea just to get ahead of the game, preempt what we think the structural engineer might want to do, almost give him an idea of how we thought it would come together, and obviously just show anywhere where we think it will be easy to make any amendments if new steelwork needs to go in. Things like floor spans and anything like that is always good to know from the start, really, obviously as we start building up the sections as I have been today. always need to know that kind of information early on, just working out what the shortest spans are going to be and how it's going to be able to be constructed quickly and efficiently. I mean, it's always good to get around it. As I said in my previous video, it's always good to have a good working relationship with your structural engineer and actually think things through, be ahead of the game a little bit, kind of use this to open a conversation with them, get them thinking about various different things and how we see it would be easy to construct on site from our experience. And yeah, just a little quick sort of go through of what I've been up to. Obviously these plans are going to develop a lot more than what you've seen, so don't worry, they are just preliminary plans just to get an idea of how it's all going to start coming together. And yeah, I hope you like that. If you did like that, let me know, because obviously that's something that I can do a little bit more of. That's it. That's the end of today's video. Before you go, if I could just ask one thing. I probably don't say it enough. I know I say it at the end of the video, but probably doesn't mean a lot. If you could leave a comment or just let me know what you think of the video, it actually would mean so much. Just to hear people's feedback. I'm not after praise, I'm not after compliments, I don't expect anything like that. I just love to hear what people think of the video, whether they think they're interesting, what you'd like to see more of. Obviously we've got so many different projects on in the office, I just kind of pick and choose what I think people would be interested in seeing. Taking a little bit of a different tact with this one, actually showing a little bit more of the work itself. So if you like that kind of thing, just let me know in the comments below. Give me that thumbs up so at least I know if it's coming across well, if it's being well received. Like I say, it's all part of feedback. Just love to know what people think of the videos that I'm producing. And yeah, I'll see you next week.